Welcome to Plan9Crunch. I'm Doug Gibson. Today we're doing a B or C cult movie review, and the film is Murder by Television from 1935. It's one of Bela Lugosi's low-budget films he made in the 1930s after he was already a star. It was released by Cameo Pictures Corporation and distributed by Imperial Distributing Company. Now, I have been harsh on this movie. On the blog, Plan9Crunch.com, I once wondered if it was Bela Lugosi's worst film. But it is part of his film history. And I watched it again last week, and I actually liked it a little bit more. It's not a great film, but I thought we could go through it. Now, in 1935, television was considered the thing of the future, and it was fodder for science fiction ideas and mystery ideas. So in Murder by Television, this industrialist has made it possible to have television across the entire world. And people are trying to horn in on his good fortune, trying to steal his plans, trying to make investments with him, and he's having none of it. And he's got this big press conference where he's going to talk about his wonderful invention. And he's going to broadcast it, of course, because that's what television does. Now, in this film, Lugosi plays Arthur Perry, who is like an associate of the guy who's releasing all this stuff. And Jack, I want to go to the first scene where you get introduced to Lugosi's character.
But Howland must realize that when he begins televising a regular schedule, he's liable to run into difficulties.
In what way, sir?
He may not be so fortunate in securing men like yourself when he increases his operating staff.
I don't think there will be any difficulty.
You'll admit there is always the possibility of an employee becoming disgruntled over some fancied injustice. Dissatisfaction always leads to temptation. There's always purchasers for valuable secrets.
I see what you mean. However, I doubt you'll be able to convince Professor Howland. Think it over. Goodbye. Goodbye.
All right, Jack, we can go away now. Now, in this film, Professor James Howland is the industrialist who has this great advance in television, the thing of the future. And the scene you just saw was Lugosi as one of Howland's employees being subtly tempted by one of Howland's competitors. Now I want to go to another scene, Jack.
Well, well, this is indeed an unexpected pleasure. Sit down. Been doing a little thinking?
Yes.
You weren't able to convince Howland.
No, but I thought maybe we could,
Talk things over?
yes,
Lugosi's acting,
come to
he
an
really was a great
understanding?
actor. Look at his eyes move.
perhaps.
The way he says perhaps.
Would $100,000 be any inducement?
There go those eyes. The smile. Okay, thank you. We can go away now, Jack. So basically, Lugosi has been bribed to try to provide information. Now, I want to go to another scene here. Let's see if I can find it. Let's go to the next one at the 9-minute mark.
For an island far over the sea, there is a colleen whose way.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get away. Oh, I beg your pardon.
Disappointed?
Not exactly, but you see, I promised to meet Dick here right after dinner.
And instead, you ran straight into my arms.
I did not.
This shows
Certainly
Lugosi a
did.
bit of a
I
romantic
certainly
pose
did
here.
not.
If I hadn't been here to catch you, what would have happened?
I'll show you.
There is a colleen whose way
I would have been strolling sedately along, admiring the beautiful view and the wonderful moon.
It is nice out here tonight, isn't it?
Lovely.
Over in Ireland, far over the sea.
We can go away, Jack, now. Okay, that actress, his name is June Collier, and she was a silent film star, sort of in one of the actresses who was used by D.W. Griffith back in the golden days of the silent era. And she plays a daughter, forgive me, of the scientist Howland. And she's engaged to, Richard Grayson. She called him Dick. And I'm not going to show you the death of Howland because that happens in the film. It happens live while he is presenting his wonderful new advancement in television. Because I want you to watch this movie. I don't want to give all of it away, essentially. But suspicion falls upon Lugosi, probably for good. Lugosi's character, Arthur Perry, probably, for good reason. And also suspicion falls some on June Collier's name was June Howland in the film, her fiancé, Richard Grayson. And so I want to go now, before we get deeper into the plot, I want to mention that Hattie McDaniel plays a maid in this movie. She plays the cook, Isabella. Hattie McDaniel, of course, won an Oscar for Gone with the Wind. And she was a fixture in films in the 30s. And oftentimes she never got any billing. She didn't get a billing in this movie. She's also in Babbitt, a really good movie from the 30s also. Later, McDaniel won an Oscar for Gone with the Wind, and she was not allowed to attend the ceremony due to the Jim Crow type racist policies of that era. McDaniel was a fixture in radio in the 1940s, and sometimes she would get criticized for portraying, not perpetuating, but acting in what were tropes of a racist nature in the film industry for African Americans and also Asian people too. There's a Charlie Chan type character too, who's a servant in this movie. I want to show a scene where they show comedy talent. Nevertheless, it is a bit of a racist, but they're showing their talent here. Jack, we need to go to 29 minutes if you don't mind for this one.
Oh, Lordy.
Alan Jung plays Aling the houseboy, who's in this scene also. And this guy always creeps in saying he has an important appointment, trying to get into the house where the murder occurred.
Wait a minute. Let go. Hold that knife, boy. This ain't mommy. I know, but I got show you. I got my business to tend to here.
Wait a minute. If you'll put that tote sticker up, you won't need it. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Hey, sister, if you stop shimmying, I'll just slide by.
Boss man no want require. Boss man say throw him out.
Oh, wait a minute.
Out you go.
Wait, you can't.
Out you go, honey. Out you go, honey.
I got... But I told you I got business here.
Him great Charlie Chan say, the matter is settled. Tiny omit surprise stealing.
I just wanted to show some of the talents of Hattie McDaniel. She did more than Gone with the Wind. She was in a lot of films, and she didn't get the credit she deserved for a lot of those movies. Now, I want to mention that Arthur Perry, like I said, is under suspicion, Lugosi's character, for having killed Professor Howland. Let's go to another scene right here.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Oh, Lordy.
What's this all about?
Master Bear.
He's the man who came to my office. You sure? Positive.
I wonder who could have done it.
It's a mystery to me.
So I don't want to give away another scene right here, but we suddenly discover a man named that Perry's brother, and I'm not calling this movie the greatest film of all time, but the plot twist is that Perry's brother appears and says he's been investigating all this. And he said his brother couldn't be trusted. He's not surprised he was killed or died. And he's going to solve the case. And what I find interesting about this twist in this murder mystery is that this is the closest Bela Lugosi ever came to playing Hercule Poirot in a movie. Now, Murder by Television doesn't have one half the wit or the talent of an Agatha Christie mystery, but Lugosi, as he does so well in some films, takes center stage at the end and reveals who the murderer is. And I want to go, where are we, Jack? Yeah, right there. Go there for our final scene in this film, Murder by Television.
Earlier tonight, in view of thousands, Mr. Howland was killed by his own invention. His killing was not accidental. It was a deliberately conceived, cold-blooded execution, cleverly maneuvered so as to give the murderer a perfect alibi. Little did Professor Howland realize the surprise he promised you would aid in discovering his murderer. Tonight, a permanent record of everything televised was made on film. Now you're going to see part of that record. Many of you, no doubt, have seen or heard the radio demonstration of starting an automobile motor by voice vibrations. This is not a difficult thing to do. In this instance, the murderer
Okay, we can stop
used
now.
sound at 8:29 at exactly 8:29.
So this is the closest Bela Lugosi gave to like gathering everybody together, to all the suspects together and acting like Hercule Poirot and he's talking about voice sounds and things like that. I don't want to give away how the murderer was revealed. Frankly, in this movie, I'm not 100% sure why the guy's the murderer still after watching it. This was a $35,000 film. It did play in theaters for about 3 years. And it's an example of where Lugosi, his sheer acting ability, his sheer stage presence, and just his sheer commanding pose and things like that could lift any film, whether it was Ed Wood, whether it was Monogram or Producers Releasing Corporation, or whether it was Murder by Television, which arguably is his lowest budget film of the 1930s. But you can watch Murder by Television just about anywhere. You can buy it really cheap, or you can watch it on YouTube, Internet Archive. It's only 54 minutes long, and I enjoy it. Spending 55 minutes with a Bela Lugosi film, to me, is a really good time, no matter what the film is. And we're Plan9Crunch. This has been review of a BRC cult film. We're Plan9Crunch at YouTube. Give us a subscribe. We're Plan9Crunch at TikTok. You can follow us there. Plan9Crunch podcast and blog on Facebook. You can like or follow us. And we're Plan9Crunch.com, which is our blog. And I have reviewed, as I mentioned, Murder by Television on the blog as well. Thank you very much for spending some time with Plan9Crunch and Bela Lugosi. And that's a wrap.